day and salutations, everyone. I'm still getting used to this camera. I'm looking here. Welcome back to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just talk over the top of it. I know it's a different position.
Well, I go,
Yes, we're right up close this time.
Yes, we are. Anyway, so without further ado, let's do a little bit of a thank you for RPG Elements, followed by
JD Arts. JD Arts and Corinne Milne, our longtime person who's created many of our art pieces over the different characters that we've had. But currently we have JD Arts being represented by Quinn and Vedic, and then we have the rest of us, Niquis and Sparks and Eck, and other characters are represented were provided by Corinne Milne. And you can see all of those pieces of art in their full scale.
Across various episodes, including this one.
Yep, and also in the trailers and the...
Before and after the episode.
But enough with that. We got the facets to go take care of. And possibly something else. Anyway, roll the intro.
Alrighty, see you in a moment.
Welcome back, everyone.
Every time.
I think I got you.
You think by now we'd actually have a countdown for that? Like, actual solid countdown?
Like put something on the screen.
No, there's too much entertainment otherwise.
That would be bigger than mediocrity, because that's what
They
everyone
come here for the mediocrity.
They come for the mediocrity, they stay for the dick jokes and toilet humor.
Da-da-da.
And those of you who've been drinking are still waiting to get that first part of the joke.
But it'll come out in the end.
Yes. Anyway, last time on the Silver Menagerie.
Last time we
Plus
left
one.
our intrepid adventure.
Last
Plus
time.
one.
Don't forget,
Plus one.
I'm the plus one. I'm just
Plus
here
one.
for the free booze.
He's
and
neither
make
intrepid
disparaging remarks about the bridesmaids' dresses.
Nor adventure.
The Silver Menagerie plus one. Finding yourselves
friends. Your and friends. I'm sorry, go on.
are on the world tour. Finding yourself and looking for power against a greater evil. Following your spirit animal, Eck. Finding the plus one, that is Quinn, that was stranded here for more than a while. Going through the Temple of Harmony and its trials. Fighting and succeeding in the trials of the Chambers of Water. Succeeding in the rituals of air. Followed by the makings of fire and the solence of earth. The earth elemental fell unknowingly, seemingly to sate a certain power that you're connected to. As the earth trembled a little bit, the whole place now leaning to one side and bobbing left and right as the island moves as if it's on water, though it always was. Collecting yourselves after half being buried alive and being bludgeoned to death, followed by surviving the elemental challenges of this temple, you find yourself in a rather tranquil room of dancing flames, literal fireflies. Fireflies made of literal dancing flames moving through the air as streaks of white...
Don't eat those. Don't eat those.
See, they go into to be fair, really try to catch one as streaks of white air.
You don't know where he got a net, but he like flicks through one, then looks, and the net's got a scorch mark through it.
Inspiring trails of water and trickles of flowing rivers, creating patterns in the floor that actually goes through the entire temple itself. Seeing what looks to be, what you first believe, tombstones, then tablets, stone tablets, and boulders or tree trunks as various bits of wildlife that has grown here, slightly crushed due to the falling debris, have hundreds upon hundreds of writing. Like, hundreds of these things are dotting the area as collecting yourselves, dodging each other off, looking all around, trying to figure out the situation at hand, followed by where to go next. And your eyes start to move towards where all the spiraling lines of work that are in the floor and gem-like walls seem to go to where the boulder, the singular boulder that followed you through this entire temple, now etched with a primal rune or symbol representing its favored element. At the far end of the chamber, of this semi-round chamber, held together, held aloft, as if it just fell naturally, but directly in a altar-like area, as a jagged piece of natural debris of earth, frozen ice water, streaks of white air, and flame that trickle off, making a structure that holds this boulder in place that seems to be surrounded by elemental writing in many different languages. Terran, Ignit, Aquan, and I'm missing one. But you get, along with Celestial and Abyssal, if you so desire to read it. How would you like to proceed?
I would like to point out for the record that some of us were half buried.
I'm sorry.
Some of us were half buried alive, and some of us were buried half alive.
Yes! Gather your senses at the moment.
We should do a level set here. Is everyone all right?
No!
No! Look at him! He's wounded! Clearly he got some rest.
Don't want that stuff. Don't want that stuff on me.
And just hold your breath. Just hold your breath.
No, I gotta go back.
You go, ah! Medics are there picking good berries out of your hand.
I am smashing one of these herbal packs onto Quinn.
Don't worry, the camera's currently on Vedic right now.
There's just this screaming off camera. I
want the rock.
These are so good. Is this way? Maybe this way to get their name that way.
Next.
Make a perception check.
I want the rock.
Next, and I'm walking over to you.
How much healing did I get from that?
Yes. Let's.
-4.
3 plus 4, 7 plus 12, or 7 plus 11. So in 19, 18.
Okay.
No, 7 plus 12. I'm sorry. So 20.
25.
25.
7 plus 12 is 19.
Hard math.
Attached to the
Seven
tree
plus
nearby
12,
you,
19.
there's a small bandolier of vials that seems to be draped over one of the branches.
I come walking over as you're just about to do something and and smash. And by the way, this smells delightful. It reeks.
And it probably burns like
You
not
heal.
nitroglycerin, but
You heal.
Lie.
hydrogen
9
peroxide.
plus 12, so
21.
and anyone else? Anyone else?
I did not consent.
Prestidigitate.
I pull out one and I pull out.
Is there a beer thing I can drink from instead of that?
I think I have one of those.
All right, here, we'll pick the bandolier thing up.
There's the amulet.
I'm also going to do this on myself.
Make a
I
arcana
literally
check.
bite
just
one
for
off like a
overall.
cigar.
Okay, but I was seriously asking. Isn't there an amulet of drinking? And
Yes.
then we have a... I would
Oh,
like to do
yes, that's
that.
right. I do have one.
Yes, that.
Actually,
Don't
no.
touch me with that stuff. Give me the beer.
Bourbon keg?
You can have the beer. But you're going to need the amulet, too.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, fine. And
Don't you have the tankard of the drunkard?
Doesn't matter. Taking it from whoever
I
I
have the
need to.
goblet of the drunkard. Would you like to take a drink from my goblet?
Sure.
There, that would fill it that way.
Yeah.
44 plus hit point. 44 plus 4.
we are.
D4s.
So the goblet gives me this.
That was real nice of that creature to have let us leave, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that
That's
thing that
it.
fell apart and dropped a boulder on us.
Well,
So that's 15 from that, and then how does the amulet work?
Nearly max roll for me,
I think it's the
37.
same thing.
You know what? I'm just going to give him
So do
to
I
you.
just get to do it again?
I have a tankard of the drunkard.
Oof.
I think he has the
There are a
amulet.
total of 4
I have an
potions.
amulet.
Right.
Each one a little different.
So
So I have a tankard that fills itself with beer that heals you. He has a tankard or an amulet that allows you to drink a pint of beer and heal from it.
I
Right,
think you should
so-
be able to use both at the same time.
But you have to be
Or-
wearing the amulet.
Sorry. What?
Can we stack the amulets?
the
I have a
amulet and the
tankard.
tankard
Mine is-
of the drunkard.
Yes, because each one can only be used once per
per
person.
day.
Per day.
so we
Cool.
can stack
So
them.
if you
Yes.
have
different-
multiple
So how
things
does
that
the
can do that,
amulet
yeah.
work?
You wear the amulet, and then you need some alcohol.
Tell me the dice. I understand. the
44 plus 4.
44 plus 4,
Thank
same
you.
thing.
But you have to drink another pint of beer.
That's fine.
2
I can
pints.
be drunk.
Chug.
Look.
It really doesn't heal you.
And a
You just
bandolier.
feel better.
And a leather bandolier.
You're a little
A
number
little
to the
worn and a
pain.
little old, but it's functional.
Alright? So am I.
What is that?
Cool.
I don't know. I
That
just
is
have it.
plenty of healing for me.
You're noticing a new bandolier that's a little big on him,
But
he's
then
wearing
everything
it
he wears is
proudly.
everything a little big.
Big buckles, especially for him, that has 4 unique potions on
I need my
it.
amulet back.
I want the stone.
It's a boulder.
Give me the boulder.
Glug, 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 glug.
I'm pouring myself some coffee.
Understood.
This one's an espresso.
Glug, 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 glug. Roll d4.
For the next 2 hours, I get an additional bonus action.
Not the best tasting, but
Don't care.
rush.
That's dope.
Make a as Sparks is walking off.
You're going to
Make
be
a perception
so
check,
annoying with that.
Quinn, make us perception check.
Do I need to roll or can I
Yeah.
just rely on my passive
You can rely on your passive.
of 22?
It's a formality.
You're going to be
Um,
so.
You notice a small thing of arrows that have been stabbed into the ground that have a particular yellow coarseness across its shaft and body.
Detect magic.
It is definitely magical. There's about 6 of them in total.
Okay.
And when you pick it up, it's almost as if they're made entirely of compacted sand.
Can I borrow your pencil?
Oh, please.
6 arrows of compacted sand.
Do you have Arcana?
I do.
Roll Arcana. You might know what these are, or at least what the basic gems are.
I'm doing some
Not
stuff.
natural 1.
Natural one, those weird arrows.
There's arrows made of compacted sand.
That's interesting. Sandstone arrows. I don't think those would be very strong.
I know. Like the
You pull it back and you let go of the string and it just shreds through the sand. That was useful.
and now you're coughing and choking.
Coughing and choking on sand.
That's the how they're used.
They're
Give it
cursed.
to the enemy.
Become the enemy.
That's how they work.
Okay. Sparks. You approach this about 7-9 foot stone.
Does it still have the chain on it?
No. In fact, you don't really know where the chain would have connected to. At least you don't see it.
Magic.
Yeah, magic be magic. Seeing the various works of languages drawn across it. Many of them far beyond and fancier, as you see one scribing, one scribble, and you see another that kind of understand, though it's like
It's like the stipples, right?
no, not the stipples. It's Etrin, your language, though it's like if you've gone back several hundred
Old
years.
Etrin. I'd recognize
Oh.
it.
Yeah. And after going one after another, seeing various other writings of people speaking, talking about various concepts and philosophies. And then you see another one, my pants got pants! And that's it, it's just scribbled right there.
Why does it sound like the bear wrote this one?
And then you get to the boulder itself, seeing all the various scribings across the crystal walls, the floors that roll up, with all the languages that you do not understand yourself. And then you see the massive boulder itself, rolling with white elemental air energies, dancing, licking with flame of fire, spilling with water, and crackling with hidden earth on the inside. You see multiple tools strewn across the floor. Looks like various etching tools, chisels.
We have to record our truth. Damn it, I wish I hadn't said such a long speech. I'd be here all day.
I will stipple it out in Etrin. Sparks was here.
But I prefer to explain myself through interpretive
As
dance.
you begin, Sparks was here. And as you finish that last remark, it all just almost forms back in. As if the etching never took.
I guess it's not for me. Heck!
What?
Your presence is needed. You need to do something smart-ish, I think.
Call on somebody
We're really
else.
gonna be here all day.
Guidance.
I'll be right there.
This is your thing, right? This has got to be you.
Bardic inspiration.
Right.
The last one.
Wow. I get this. Is there like Aquan here?
Hammer, chisel.
There is Aquan here, actually. And you start to begin to read. But before, Nicholas, can you roll a perception check? Seeing different parts of the room.
21.
21? You find a small ring. A pale, I can't speak right now. Basically, a pale ring that has a rusted copper with a greenish stone blemish in the form of a frog.
Without touching it. Hey, golden boy.
Sorry, Vedic is busy, like he's got his the artificer magic marker that he's got that lets him write on stuff. He's totally just like graffitiing, so like he's drawing a little kobold with with oversized horns and big tail and wings that you've never seen on a kobold before.
There's a shiny thing over here that may be magic.
Swoosh! Roll Arcana.
Sure. Damn.
Also, before you touch it, I like pull you back and we're like, curses, remember? Curses.
How bad could it be, really?
Okay. I'm not gonna put a ton of effort into preventing this.
Flashback to the
I did my
Shadowfell.
part.
Yes, flashback from Shadowfell.
How bad can it be? Words you should
Okay,
never say.
so that is a natural 20 and a 19. I roll this with advantage. So just to give you an idea, what was the last one I rolled that was near my max? So 25 plus 10 plus...
So we're at 35
Hey,
now.
don't forget the 5.
We're at
Right,
35.
no, we did that one.
Carry the one.
So that is 38.
Wow.
I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yep, that's fair. I know exactly what this is.
I know exactly what this is.
You've seen it in the past, and mostly in
I think I even know who made it. Look at the hand, look at the inside.
Also, completely coincidentally, with the ring with the frog, here's the frog that I just drew. So,
Bring it up close.
don't play that game. I can't see the camera.
Oh.
He's really cute.
Let me see.
That's the frog I turned the elemental into?
Yes.
Let me see. I love it.
So that's all the ring.
Oh my
I
god!
wanted the elemental as a frog.
It's a fun
as a
item.
pet.
That is cool!
It's a fun item.
Alright, Vedic will happily explain what that does.
You begin to read. as you're passing by, garnishing your attention a little
Jump
bit.
3 times normal distance.
The question and the meaning to the answer to life is too infinitely complex to be trivialized with a single phrase, remark, or answer.
God.
The answer to life and the reason to it all can only be answered by all answers. However, the answer alone is nothing without a purpose or belief. It is the raw belief within
For him?
that makes the answer the answer. Thus, if one speaks with all his spark to form this answer of life, then it is the answer. And this ever-shifting response does not result in itself drawing towards the greater good or lesser evils. It is only the wielder of this response that will bring benevolence or malevolence. Continuing a little forward, you see the last etching across the small little natural staircases, and above it, along with next to the crystal walls, forming the last statement before you, telling you a little bit of what you need to do. The raw forces that make us all, the elemental powers that dwell within the great mother. Their existence does not depict their nature or purpose of being good or evil. It is up to the user of the elements and its gifts to depict whether it gives or takes. The elemental force and its harmonious union have no reason to exist unless a purpose is given to it. For creation or destruction, benevolence or malevolence, find your answer and give us purpose. And you see the etching materials before you.
How can I say this in such a short phrase?
What word?
This is essentially saying about the laws of nature and the world and life itself is a complex story. I am paraphrasing here because there's a lot there, but it's in Aquan, and none of you can read Aquan, right?
I can,
So you can,
as long as I look at you.
All right, good. So you can follow along with it. You can see all the details.
Oh, I'm not going to. It's you telling the story.
The one thing that it and much of the same ideals that I have that I spoke to this last creature that led us down here was that life can choose to either take it or give it, and I choose to give it. I think that maybe that is what I will write. Life can choose to take other life, or life can choose to give other life and protect it. And I choose to protect it.
That's what you etch?
Mm-hmm.
What skill, what role would you like to use in order to portray this? Would you like to be persuasive? Would you like to be
I want to
deceptive? Would
hammer and sword.
you use your raw, powerful strength?
One strike does one letter.
As Sparks is echoing in the background, my picks got picks.
No, actually, no, I'm not gonna. What do I want to use? I'm going to. Well, this is a skill, right? So
Any role. How would you like
Athletics.
to make you more?
Use your stealth.
Use athletics and brute force it.
I want to make sure I remember there was some old temples where the writings were cut so deep into the stone that if anyone tried to chisel them away, it was so deep that they couldn't actually just rub them away. So this is going to be in here a while.
Make a strength check or athletics check, your choice.
Athletics
Don't
skill.
forget you have a bonus D8 and a bonus D4.
And yes, I'm using those.
How did you inspire him?
My last one.
Well, what do we like to do?
Bardic inspiration. As he's explaining this, I'm like, wow, Ek, that was amazingly deep and came from a place of thoughtfulness and contemplation I never knew you possessed. Good for you, man. You're really growing.
Wow, thanks. Thank you very much. You know,
That'll be $29.99.
And Vanek walks over and shows the book. Would you like to see what you actually write?
and there's a kick me sign on this jar.
With a D8 and a D4 in addition to your athletics check, sir.
So that's +2. What did you get?
Either really good or really bad.
Nat
20, a 4, and an 8.
He rolled a 3 and a 1 on the extra dice, but he nat 20'd the roll.
Oh.
Okay. So that's a grand total of
20 plus 4, so 24 native.
okay.
Plus, I don't know what else bonus is.
Athletics, so 13. So that's
13 on my
37
athletics.
plus the 5 for a natural 20, so 42.
Holy shit!
With a inspirational movement that you did not
That is
have for a long
impossible.
time, you feel your inner flame begin to almost spill over as you feel the very spirits inside of you, yours and another that guides you, start to stir powerfully, and you begin to etch with each strike. Ting, ting, a little bit of boulder begins to ting, ting, more of the boulder flames and air.
So as he's
Water.
carving, it's coming off the boulder that's over here.
He's actually carving on the boulder.
Oh,
It's
nice.
falling apart. He's hitting it.
Cool.
And with the final ting, ting, and the final one, ting, the whole boulder. But the tablets and the segment of rock does not break away to take away your answer that joins the endless sea of others. As you've made your mark, holding the chisels, looking at the boulder that has fallen apart, almost like an egg that broke open.
These 15, 10, 10 commandments.
Suspended at the center of this altar-like place, a small little amulet, a talisman even, held by chain, maybe this big, so no more than 2 inches in diameter, 3 inches in diameter, that has infusion around a hollow center of various gems that are held together by an iron rotating circular core, ring that represents its various elements. And wherever that gem is placed, of like a fiery orange red, spills flame that trickles into the iron itself, scorching it, that then moves into it, into the air. It turns into wispy white waves of a blue gem, followed by a perfectly sphere green, and then a yellow gem that turns to water and plant rich in the earth. All held together and surrounded, seemingly connected by a hollow point that seems to swirl together, making a small spark. You could swear you see a snapping turtle on the inside, just for a small glimpse.
It's it. I've still got my eye on you.
Eck. Can someone check to see if is this floating or is it sitting on a?
It's currently suspended by the chain that would be the necklace that is still kind of embedded in the rock itself that has opened. So it's held suspended in air.
Sure, let me roll Arcana for you since I've done so well at that the last few times I've tried. 18?
18. This is a mythic item, an artifact of legend. You don't know the potential energies that it has behind it, or its potential curses.
I miss Bardic Knowledge. Yeah, 3-5 Bardic Knowledge, D20, add your mod and your Bard level. Like,
The only thing you know is that this thing literally drips power. And you've probably seen the
Does
beginning.
anyone want to check to see if there's a guardian against this, or should I try to versus just reaching out to touch it?
Give me a ward.
Is there a ward? There might be a ward on this.
I mean, you have to go all this way to get. Is this what we call the soul fire? Is this what this is?
You are looking at the soul flare of talisman.
I don't think there's going to be a ward on this one. If anything, it'd be good. Do you want to look at it though?
What?
No.
He's already there.
He's like already sitting on it, shoulders reaching over.
I think this is his thing.
Yes, I'll take a look at this ring in a moment. Cute frog. But I'll look at that in a moment.
Just drawing.
Vedic, will you keep him from melting his brain? See if there's something weird going on there.
All right, I'm reaching out.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
No.
Alright, let me see.
Hold on, I gotta change. I gotta go a little closer. Look a little closer. You gotta get closer. Keep going.
Right up to that.
It's blurry here. Yeah, it's blurry at that close, but
Give it to me.
it's a picture.
It's a picture of Eck.
We'll just scan it in. We'll upload it. We'll leave a link to it in the description.
Little kick me sign on the backside of it.
I love it. I'm giving you XP for that.
Oh, well, also, here's Vedic's graffiti.
Oh, okay.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
You look like a gremlin.
That's what Vedic here.
You're not wrong.
So how are you inspiring him? I'm giving him some words of encouragement. Let's stick a kick me sign on his back.
Before you're able to touch it, as you're chuckling to each other, you feel a familiar, omnipresent voice coming from the world turtle itself. The cycle is now complete. This world now continues on its own. The long-awaited travel begins. You feel the entire everything start to move forward at about like a 20-degree angle.
They're going
With
to
a
sink.
slide
We're
bubble.
sinking!
It's gonna poop us
Please tell me we have water breathing on.
out. I do.
Good. I don't breathe. Don't worry about me.
It's been nearly a day, folks. So thank you, Great One.
Oh, just grab the ambulance. He's not down here
I
anymore.
will see you again
It takes a little
to
bit.
bring this back home.
Make well said.
As it is embedded in the stone itself,
Your brain
and
melts.
it immediately translates into your mind. As you gain...
Holy shit.
Wow, he's been busy.
Oh, I've been very busy. As you're holding it, turning around, holding this very vibrating power within, before you're able even to put it on, everyone hears a croak of a frog, followed by something flying through the air with rapid succession. Make a general athletics check at disadvantage.
Athletics.
That stupid
Interesting.
frog followed us down.
Athletics check at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 32.
You rolled 2 20s, didn't you?
No, I rolled a 19 and a 20.
With him rolling an 18, he has a 30. So as you're
32.
so as you're holding it, something slick, sticky hits the amulet, and it immediately goes taut on the chain, and you immediately just take a step back in your entire weight as you feel the tension on the chain open up. As you hear, you don't see anything, but it's there.
Do I see a tongue or anything? No.
No, you just feel the chain do this.
Something's got it. Something's
You
got
do
this.
now that you put back
You
on
got
the
it.
blind.
You got it.
I
It's
don't
fine.
have my blindfold on.
It's pulling.
Things were
something's-
going on, and everyone was kind of.
That's fine.
As you see feel something happening, make a perception check.
I'm just gonna grab that tongue.
Ew.
That's a natural 19.
Yeah.
Yes, due to
Crap.
the natural. As you grab the tongue, they immediately go.
Crunch.
With that,
He doesn't appear.
That's fine.
I would like to about a foot away from his hand, but oriented up and that way. Create a 20-foot sphere of psychic damage.
Okay, does he have to roll anything?
Yeah. Also, let me make sure it's a 20-foot sphere, not a 20 radius.
So I'm not reading this.
Okay,
Yet.
it's a 20-foot sphere.
Well, it's still in your possession.
It's just
You lucky bastard.
Can't believe.
So
Bam.
that's an int save.
Intelligence. Oh, he loves those.
As I'm holding his tongue. Is he grappled?
He fails.
You are currently grappling it. Yes.
Good. His tongue.
Yes.
So that's going to be the minus d6 going forward thing. And that's the wrong place. 10, 20, 31 psychic damage.
Sparks. All of you hear a as the thing vibrates in your hand. Make another athletics check as it's trying to get out of your hands at the same
Athletics. Okay. I'm totally terrible at athletics. Oh, that's really high. So that's a 28.
time. 26. You guys gotta
And
stop.
that was with the minus and everything.
Oh, no, that's not even
He's
with the
trying to let
minus,
it
yeah.
get away, but we're
So-
not.
He becomes visible as a gauntlet of blood comes out of his eyes, ears, and mouth, as his tongue and mouth currently open, as is a familiar blue-skinned toad man or frog man, pops into existence along with a toad next to him that is currently just bathing in the water with his eyes currently looking at a shiny looking kobold.
I'm going to now grab
Yeah,
and
you're
walk down
currently
the
just
tongue.
holding him right now, just tongue out, him suspended. He's like,
Should I let him speak?
Nope.
Yes. Let him speak.
I'll grab the
But-
scruff of his neck. Still grappling, but let him speak. And I'm hugging him.
I gotta let you go without trying. I gotta feel as promised. My time will
Can you
die
be
without it.
slightly less gaspy?
Can you let go of my throat?
I'm holding the scruff of his neck. I'm currently holding him.
Oh, in a chokehold.
He can't move. You shouldn't
Oh,
be
okay.
able
I
to.
thought you were holding him like a freaking, like freaking Bane or Darth Vader. Sorry. Yeah.
If he moves, I'll pop. Like a bit.
I imagine his eyes will bulge out really big.
Yeah, his eyes are already bulging now, blood infused. I had to try. My tribe, they'll die.
Why didn't you try the trial then?
Remember when I told you not to intervene?
I did not intervene. The trials are over.
I warned this guy.
I would like to use Mind Sliver.
I was gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at him.
I mean, you can if you want.
Let's just same time this.
Yeah.
I need an int saving throw.
Okay.
They had a wisdom saving throw.
I mean, he can't move.
A natural 5, so that'll be a fail for you.
Yeah.
And a what?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. He's better at that. Not with a natural 6.
I think he's gonna get there.
Okay, so that's 9 for mine.
Okay.
D4 the next saving.
That is 16 for mine, and he has to immediately use his reaction, if available, to move as far away as speed allows from
He
me.
starts like wriggling in the hands of Sparks. Spark, make another athletics check.
Oh, no.
Okay, so these two cast actual damaging spells, and Vedic, who's I guess still sitting on top of X's pack, like just minor images, the little shape of a little frog that just kind of implodes, like crunch.
What do you do?
He's just making, he's explaining to
He's
interpret.
pantomiming us murder.
He's
You don't know where the
explaining
lightning is
himself
coming
to
from. You dance.
As more blood and comes out of every orifice of his body, as he goes, please. Every generation, no one returns.
Well, let's continue that tradition.
My tribe will burn. Cycle will repeat every time.
You should make better choices then. Tasha's Mind Whip. And that's an 18 plus some shit. Does that hit?
Oh, by the way, what did you roll for?
Oh, no, wait. That's saving throw. Sorry.
Sorry, what did you roll for your athletics check? Answer, please.
Would you answer so I can blow up his brain?
28.
He rolled a 26. He's still stuck.
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
I need an int saving
They
throw.
should have come up with a champion who was capable.
Intelligence saving throw, minus a d6 if I remember for saving throws.
Minus 4. And
Ladies, gentlemen, I think he's learned his lesson.
Yes. But
this isn't.
If he survives this onslaught, he fails.
Okay. So that's going to be 3d6 damage. So that's, Jesus, that's 16. And Tasha's Mind Whip. If I remember correctly, he gets an action. He gets no reaction, and then he gets a bonus action.
He's already fucked over, all right?
Okay.
And your
9.
Jesus.
Then your
Then he has
people
a
should. Your,
wisdom saving throw, if I remember
Yes.
correctly?
your people should have chosen a worthy champion.
Nope.
I speak poniards,
As
and every
more
word
blood-
stings.
He stops moving.
gonna get a good berry.
You want to give him a good berry?
As you hear it, blup, as his tongue just goes dangling.
and the big bullfrog, its eyes get even bigger, and it just disappears back under the water.
Exactly. Just it's not that stupid.
I'm done. I'm done with being here. I'm done with this. I'm done with him. I don't care about his tribe. There is a monstrous thing that is assaulting all of everything, and we've been here for fucking ever, and we were supposed to be gone. Can we go?
I'm trying to.
There's nothing holding it anymore.
Yeah. His tongue was retracted after Sparks grabbed it.
Like,
All right.
and even if it was still on there,
And-
it's a limp noodle of dead because he's been
Weirdly,
mercilessly
Very
its
good,
slaughtered.
yes.
tongue just still trailing.
Okay. Because no one else is going to do it, I'm going to shove a potion down his throat, even though I know he's probably not going to survive.
Like, I'm walking away.
You down the potion,
Just
and after a few moments... Why?
Because we're not assholes.
Oh, that's
you survived. You'll be fine to get out of here. He gets 8.
I will travel with the mother. I won't leave.
You can survive at least. We'll be back eventually.
Nothing survives the travel.
Is anyone going with me,
Yeah,
or who?
We need
Whatever you want to do.
nothing.
It's up to you,
Nothing
man.
survives the
The
travel.
tilting goes into
and
more
yes,
of like
we're
a
going-
45
we need to
degree
get,
angle.
We need to get
Painting.
painting. We need to get the painting up. But where's this? Remind me again, folks. Where's this tribe? This
the frog people tribe?
Yes.
We don't know.
Let's find out. Quickly. As
Where?
much information as you can.
Go. Spill.
spill your guts, or we will.
I'm from the Schwarz Nordlichstadt. And he goes into a different language, which is a combination of the various fog, ribbits, and clicking. Along with the last 6 generations of my kin, have come and traveled with the mother, or until we get that. Without that, we cannot fix our tribe. We cannot remove the curse.
Well, strangely, that's all I need. Let's get out of here.
I told the mother I will be back. I will be back. I will bring this with me. I will be back. We're
You're
leaving.
leaving me to die. Please, have mercy.
You want to come with us?
I cannot leave.
No.
Why can't you leave?
I am oath-bound spiritually to this place. I cannot leave without that talisman.
Well, then we'll bring it back when we're done with it, and you can take it from then. And we're walking.
We're going through a painting. That's our option here, guys.
We can't survive here, and I can't let you have this
I'm
talisman.
gone.
Yeah. So, like, I'm jogging up to Nicholas. It's like, hey, great. When you do that, do you target the prefrontal cortex or the hypothalamus? Because I found that if you go after
The rumbling is beginning to increase as various bits of stone that has been on the wall floors are now sliding in the direction of the
Painting.
momentum of a diving land-sized turtle.
Okay, this is now staying on the wall. Painting. Hey guys, are you coming with or not? Because we got to go.
And in now.
Painting.
Yes.
As this
So time out. I'm going to let everybody else go through the painting.
Knowing that it's a one trip per day. Like, people can't follow after.
Oh, is it?
Yes. One activation, period.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm new here.
Look at the
What's
painting.
with the painting?
Look at the painting, you will be teleported somewhere else.
I am Spaff. I am
You happen to disappear.
Blaf Spaff Beck.
Left Spafftiff Beck?
I will not be here when you return. Nothing returns from the Great Mother's travel. She goes places that we cannot go.
We don't have time to be here.
Your tribe won't exist if we don't go do anything we're going to do. Your tribe will not exist if we do not go do what we're going to go do. Nothing will exist. So
And
we're
my
going to do
tribe,
this.
I am nothing without my tribe. Please allow me to do this before you leave. Please allow me to help my kin. Allow me to help my wife, my children. I have so many children out there. I don't even know them because I left.
Frogland.
I'm going through the painting right now. I do not have time for this.
As he's on his knees, currently grasping onto Ek right now. You're the only one that can give it away. It is spirit bound to you. This item of changing to the elements themselves to right the material plane. I need it. Please.
I give it to you, then my world can probably die.
And all of you are stippled out of existence, and you travel through the painting. As 1 minute passes.
Realistically, I don't really care about his little world because he's thinking about he's thinking about his little world. It's not the whole world. The whole world is at stake here. We have bigger issues than his little world.
It's
I
the
mean, y'all
trolley
know it's still
problem.
argument. Like,
For the first time traveling through the painting,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Quinn, looking at this rather strange portrait of what looks to be like an inner works of like a half-destroyed
Bedroom.
cabinets,
Oh, yeah,
dresser cabinets, exploded into a bedroom with various bits of wood on the floor and open areas. As it begins to shift and move and change to now closed doors of a dresser, as it becomes more and more realistic, like scaredly so. And then you feel almost like a shudder. And all of you explode out of the dresser once again.
So, like, Quinn said, it's like, you know, I get the influence of dwarven proto-realism, but there's also just this undercurrent of elven post-impressionism that just brings
And
the
like,
whole...
like staring at you like you're a fucking nutter butter, like gets locked in the painting, and then as we get pulled through to the other side, it's my closet. Opens the door.
As you are now teleported via painting to the other side, you all explode through.
But it sits there.
Shower
Good call
of-
with dwarven architecture. Straight up. I see it now. I don't know why I didn't see it before.
I am bolting out of the door and I'm calling, "Where's Glancer? I need to go now!"
As you go down the hallway, down a rather well-made, heavily sturdy and fortified room that is kind of creepily designed in here, with black tapestry.
She said it's her room. I'm not
It's her room.
really surprised.
So, like,
The little raven skulls are new.
Teenage girl's bedroom.
so
Not
you
her
look at it
bedroom.
and it's like very obviously someone trying to do spooky, but really sucking at it.
Yeah.
And then a mattress laying on the floor. And that's the room. Like, it's dwarven stuff trying to be elven,
Yeah,
but
dwarf
trying
trying
to
to
be
make something
fey.
else.
See, I see the influence of dwarven proto-realism, but there's just this undercurrent of elven post-impressionism that just throws the entire
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
off.
And the something that you haven't heard in a very long time. Civilization. Stomping of feet, movement in the background, criers in the distance, and the stomping and moving of various carts, along with hot custard whistles.
Psst. There's a bar downstairs.
There's also a firing range over that way. There's an empty room down that way.
Right now, I'm more interested in the bar and the bottle of whiskey that I intend to see the bottom of.
Yeah. You guys and Quill.
There's a few moments as Sparks was definitely having a conversation with someone more blowing past someone. As Quill, just a second.
And I beat to shit. I'm like beat to shit. Like my eyes flickering. I got dents in me. It's just not very pretty.
And Quill,
and
being the first person to see you, staying near the front door, as that seems to be the only reliable location for anyone to meet anyone that is traveling that owns this building.
Where's Glancer?
At most 5 foot something warforged that seems to be almost dulled up. Covered in robes and more rounder attire that has softened the edges that make it a lot more personable.
I always imagine her in porcelain. Anybody else?
Actually, she is porcelain. And you can see her fingers are much more delicate than anything, even though part of it is currently opened up and extended with several quills out of her right hand as she was writing in the book for various purposes. As she turns around and goes, "Oh my... Hi. You looked injured."
We're back.
Yes.
How long's it been?
You're bleeding.
I don't
I
bleed.
didn't know the Warforged.
You do bleed. As you're looking down, there's like a dark ichor coming out of your body.
Oh, so I am. I might need more fuel. Where's Glancer?
Glancer is currently... She writes in the book. Currently in the war room.
Great. He hasn't left yet. Fantastic. Okay. How long's it been?
It's only been a few days.
Good. How long has it been since I sent you the last message?
Oh, last message? That was like 3 days?
3 days ago? Okay. It's not terrible. Good. We got what we did.
How many days left before we lose...
I feel lightheaded. I haven't felt this before.
I think you should sit down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
You're leaking all over the floor here.
And she quickly... You tend to him as she hears Nick was calling distance. I'll be right back. Don't stand up.
I'm good.
So Quinn comes through this painting into this bedroom, and he climbs to his feet. He takes off his hat. The feather is like bent down. He tries to straighten it, throws it away, reaches in, pulls out an identical pristine feather, and puts it back in the hat. Puts it back on. These two fingers are bent at an awkward angle. There's blood coming out of his lip and his ear. All the damage he took was bludgeoning.
Yes.
Everything was everything is
your
bruised.
pupils are a little too dilated.
Just one. One eye has the blown out pupil look going.
Yeah,
it's is there a healer in this establishment? No, not that.
Well, it's the same day. It won't work again. But I can try.
Well, we'll
I'm not
take
there.
care of
Spark?
it.
I'm not there.
I'm here. Oh, so happy to see you. You look terrible. You're new. Hi. Seeing this...
Needs a room. Calm down. You will receive direction.
I
Very,
do it.
very hurt. Help him.
Medic is already on the way.
Hurt.
Oh,
Help
I'm
him.
going to my room.
I thought they were going to to the bar.
He doesn't have a room. It's remember he showed up at the door and then we left?
Oh, right.
Let me show you the
No.
pool.
You have a pile. You have a
That's
pile
right.
of bottles that he has taken from the bar and he sleeps in.
Which is behind the bar, if I remember correctly.
We're limping towards the bar.
So is he.
Let me show you to the pool.
No.
How many
Alcohol
days?
first.
Where is the army?
later.
And make him less gross.
Well, we're currently... Okay, and first of all, there's already a medic on the way. He's going to be dealing with the sparks, and I'll be asking for another one, because you look seriously injured. And this porcelain-looking, dollified-looking, literally almost like a shopping doll, looking warforged. Porcelain smooth face that is clearly a mask, along with what looks to be a robe that goes around her head, along her entire body, that is etched with what looks to be primordial around the etchings of her robes, along with an overly-sized tome that she has various quills that she's constantly writing in as she's talking. Well, it's only been about It's been about 5 days. It's 2 days before the execution, and currently we are no longer being constantly sieged by the Velocian Empire. However, we are preparing to march onto their territory to create several bases operations because we already have a lot of people coming to us. They're fleeing.
Right, so 2 days. Thanks.
Yes.
So, is my little kingdom in this world, in a different part of this world?
Yeah, okay. I have a actual map of the place.
I just want to know if when they talk about
You are way off. You are currently in the center, at least based off what's going on, of the three powerhouses of the Velocian Empire, the Kodal Dynasty, and
Thiesel Committee.
Thiesel Committee.
Hang on, I got a map.
and my little fiefdom is up over here somewhere.
You can-
Oh,
Yeah, it's like,
So-
like here they are, you
can-
are
here,
over
here.
Okay.
That's where the Tarrasque blew up.
Why don't you put it down here?
I will in a second. That's where the Tarrasque blew up. That's where we were. The mountain that we were talking about.
Yeah.
That blew up. Where are we again?
You are about, see the...
Oh, yeah, we're in the
volcano-
mountains, okay.
Yeah. And
The
you
unmarked.
are like down here.
Yeah, I'm from one of those smaller...
Yeah.
So we're way the fuck over here.
Yeah, I'm way off.
And those
but
are
I might
thousands upon thousands of miles.
But I
Everyone
might
else-
recognize the name of some of these.
Oh yeah, these are the three powerhouses that never seem to get along.
There's the
They
volcano that blew up.
always fight each other, and they almost
No,
destroy
let's
their
turn
land.
it to the orientation.
Can I see
there.
Quinn?
There we are.
Can I see Quinn? Thank you.
There we go.
David, sit the fuck down.
That's where we were. That's the mountain that blew up. This is where we are. This is where he's from.
Yeah.
And the distance on that is about
It took us a week to get from here to
3,000
here
miles.
Between the three countries, about
by airship.
was it 30 years ago? 20, no, 30. I'll double check that on the actual date, but
It's like
not
south of the
too,
U.S.
at most 50 years ago. The War of the Burning Lands happened. It destroyed everything in their domain, and no one really won. Your kingdoms had to pay safety taxes to either the Dwarven Kingdom that rules all the mountains above you, or the Kodal Dynasty that dwells with spectral space magic that is a little crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. But the alternative was having the power-hungry Velocian Empire, a magical powerhouse, come over and most likely use you for whatever purposes that they desire. Because the only people that rule there are people with power and royal bloodlines. And then there's crazy fuckers past the mountains that made these Warforged, which are a whole nother can of whoa, as you already see in action.
Cans 4-pass, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it in kegs. Comes in pints.
And about the end of this explanation, two humanoids come in. One of them, a darker-skinned human, male, and a halfling, female, come over with various pouches and basically medical supplies to bandage you guys
He
up.
turns to look at the halfling female. Miss, can you walk while you patch?
I can. It's
Do
actually
so.
one of my
To the
favorite
bar.
pastimes.
Limping along, using my bow as a walking stick.
It's got a good spring to it.
Oh no, Vedic Scrooge McDuck's over the bar.
Crash of glass.
So I walk up, I reach across the bar, I pull, I use my bow to hook a bottle of whiskey from behind the bar, pull it over to myself. It's on the turtle.
Chug, 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 chug. Pretty good stuff. Strong, but good stuff.
And then I lean back in the seat and let the halfling patch me.
She gets to work. It doesn't take her long, as she's a very skilled individual.
Okay.
At the about an hour later, everyone
Thanks,
is
yeah.
patched up.
Is that a
I'm
short
gonna
rest?
say-
It's a short rest, right? An hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a short rest.
Yeah, get everything back.
At max 2d6, you gain 12 plus additional 18. So that's going to be 30 points of bandaging you up healing.
Nice.
They did really well.
Let's see.
And then you can take your short rest / long rest if you so desire. As
What
you
are we
now-
doing? That's important.
We're taking a short currently.
I would take.
I'm taking a short.
I could go for a long to get my spells back.
Well, I could too.
I
but
would
that's
really like to go for a long as well, but
I'm taking a short because I got stuff I need to attend
Do
to.
we have time?
how long will it take to
Save
attune
the
to an item?
children.
An hour.
Which is a short rest, basically, right? I'm going to have to unattune.
To what?
get that back.
I will not unattune to chance.
Very well.
I will not. I can't. It's too nice.
It's not even on the board.
It's too nice of a blade. I just can't.
I don't
Wait
know
a
when I
minute.
get these back.
Where is Thornbriar? I dropped it right when we...
Didn't you pick it up?
At the end of a long
I'm in the
rest.
bar. When he dropped it, I picked it up.
Oh.
Because he literally dropped it on top of where I was laying prone.
Oh.
At the end of a long rest.
That's
or
funny.
Once per day. So, starting at dawn. Actually, for you, starting at midnight. I'll add that in.
I won't unattune to my belt because that gives me too much that I need.
Okay, so those are two items.
So I will need to unattune from Thornbriar, but I can't find Thornbriar. I put it down on the ground, right near the end of that fight, and then the
Things happen.
I actually, like, when he dropped it next to me when I was laying prone, and on my turn I was like, well, I'll just pick that up. And then I picked it up.
Okay.
Like, I never attuned to it. I literally just picked it up and shoved it in my pack. Because he literally dropped his sword on me.
Yeah, and it's literally a river blade that has a bunch of, like, thorny briars all over it.
I don't have an
to shove it in your
slot.
pack, you probably, like...
Like, skewered something.
Yeah.
because I have the sheath still
Yeah.
of the word,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't have the blade, so I've lost it. But so I assume
There was a lot going on.
I
so-
assume that since it's not in my possession, it is now unattuned.
Cracked open the book. Dear Diary, no one was more surprised than I to find myself in the tomb of the elemental...
Temple of Elemental.
The temple... Sorry, scratch. The temple of elemental... Where were we? Harmony.
Temple of Elemental Harmony. He's scribing. I'm like, no, you've got to put a little more poetry in there. Just like helping him with his.
Helping.
Do you know you're the reason why whenever you look at a 2,000-year-old book, you can't understand what the hell they're saying?
Yes.
Are those...
Pros.
I'm a little confused on what you're trying to
Well,
get
your
at.
thingy here says...
Oh, okay. So, all right. We'll say that during the process, because you kind of read that in the background when you were on the dragon's back, and during travel time, during downtime, and eventually reached the 48-hour mark. Seeing the various different equations and rather inventive ways of reinventing rules of how to explain the world in terms of wizardry and the weave of magic. And some of them are inspiring. But during this process, you kept getting hints
No, I
of this crotchety old dragonborn speaking repeatedly about the various items that were attempting to take care of the hungering beast. One of them in particular,
I had a really nice Nightwing lightning sword.
named the Seed of Prospect.
Seed
Of Prospect.
of Prospect.
That is not exactly a staff or a wand as far as you can tell, but in fact is actually something that you attach to an item that is equivalent of the power of a staff of power itself that seems to amplify it, if not consume it entirely, to unlock this artifact's potential. The origin of it was not a thing that he desired about it, and honestly, it bored him because it's history. The thing that got his attention is that, let me make sure I'm saying this right, is basically some sort of object that brings woe and weal to it and those around it, created by a powerful magician of fate twisting and a lost deity of time, in a legendary effort to free some sort of prisoners of fate. Some say that the Seed of Prospect is or was a reason for the second or third Great War of the Gods.
Depending on which direction you're looking at it.
Yeah. Though he wished that he was able to study it further and its effects on the hungering beast, as it was used to attempt in capturing the hungering beast, this Thrlask that was destroying the kingdom, as many of the magically inclined folks that did research were hopeful in placing it in a carefully crafted pocket dimension that the caster never came back from, and obviously failed as the beast still continued the rampage. And then you start to see various calculations and rumors of various locations of where this planar pocket dimension could lay in the planar cycle. Although to you, and also the discontent of the researcher of these papers, there's no real way to check unless you have proper equipment to do like a big style research laboratory to actually study the planes and check like almost like a star map, but planar maps in this case, to see if it's actually there. Because just to poke in and just teleport to these random locations would be practically suicide.
You'd need to be one hell of a diviner. You'd have to know the future in order to...
Oh, wait.
And with your passive investigation, you know the type of equipment that you need. Mega structure. Known as a charter of planar travel. Trying to remember what they are. That is usually used along with an artifact that is known as the Spelljammer.
Oh.
These mega charting rooms, these constructs, anyone that is like of great magical like influence, like some sort of kingdom or city, whatever, they would have most likely the funds to make such a thing, especially when they're talking about interplanar travel. Or because of what you because of this, of your backstory, you know of these because of a certain someone having a particular interest in making, as a hobby, making mega structures like this one during her free time.
During her.
Her free time.
Oh no.
And luckily, it's not in her main lair.
Oh
Who's
no.
Her is the Dragon Queen.
Your ex-girlfriend?
No, I'm running off towards Glancer after I got patched up.
Yeah, you got patched up and you just like... And it was like, the guy's like, wait, no, stop! Don't open your wounds! And he's gone.
Just follow the trail of blood.
With the good berries.
Right now, the only person who hears you going, "Oh no, oh
Actually,
no,"
spent
is
hit dice
Quinn.
on my short rest. And I'm back to full now.
Easy enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, Cobalt.
See, you found a new friend. I'm not there, I can't say anything.
So, these really are very good. What do you know about dragons?
Enough to avoid them when possible. Flatter them if necessary and run like hell if that fails.
You ever stolen anything out of a dragon's lair?
Not that they can prove.
Before we get to Sparks, is there anyone wanting to do anything in this time of downtime?
I was gonna go track down, once I'm healed up a bit, I was gonna actually go track him down and give him back his sword if he wants it back.
Oh yeah, he's in the building somewhere. It takes you a little bit to find him. Heck, where are you?
At the swimming pool.
At the center of this mansion, there's actually a indoor centered area, nature sanctuary that is open to the actual elements. That has a pond at the center that he calls a pool.
I was gonna say, it's not actually a swimming pool, it's just a room that he's, like, flooded.
Yeah, and there was definitely a
I've done
pond
more
there,
than
but-
that to
yeah.
that pond, I'll tell you.
Hey, Turtle, do you want this back?
Oh, thank you.
You dropped it in the temple, and I thought you might want it back.
Yes, actually, I'm glad that you gave it back to me. I unfortunately I'm not going to be able to use this now. So I need to be able to have this this necklace.
Sorry.
But thank you. I will put it away, and hopefully I can use it later.
No worries.
So, and then you see, all my packs are sitting by the pond, with all my other accoutrements sitting there, except I have Chance with me. I'm in the pond, and I've got Chance with me.
All right.
It's like shocking him every now and then because it's just lightning in the water.
But everything else is off of me, but I have that with me.
Oh darn, my sign washed off.
Cursed islands are awesome and terrible together.
Sparks! Going through the proper security checkpoints, as you get to the Sleeping Rose, the Colossal herself, being used as a diplomatic meeting ground for the Forged Nation. You are met by the guards. After a few moments of seeing you, stopping you at the gate of like, you're not running past these gates, dude. Seeing your various wounds, and then eventually allowing to pass by after getting a go-ahead by Glancer himself. Finding the room filled with various books and lookalikes, and a couple other humanoids of other types. That is the writing room. Followed by the small chamber that is under one of the claws itself, using as actual support for the ceiling of the room itself, as you find the various war room that currently Glancer and Glancer alone is at, seemingly studying a few papers on the table that is currently on like the back side of the wall that is looking at a greater map of the current location. As he turns around with a humble, various tubes on his back, looks like one of them has, as soon as you open up the door, one of them like brightens up, and he does pops in mid place, and he goes, son of a bitch. As he turns around,
I came as soon as I could. I'm sorry for the delay. I had to finish up my other mission.
Knowing you, it's much better delay than a month. As he hobbles over, using his long-barreled barrel to support himself. How can I assist you today?
I just wanted an update. What's going on?
Well, it's for the war between the Russian Empire and Hartklon. Pretty damn good.
That's
really
good.
Good. However, we both know that shit's about to hit the fan.
Where's the big thing?
The big thing that you're talking now, close the door. A little harder than you should.
Think it's jammed. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm losing track of buttons. There we go. The big thing is currently at about 1,500, if not 2,000 strong, with additional devils and fiendish entities, along with a growing expansion of hired mercenaries, or forced employed individuals, currently being used as meat shields across this line here. They stopped at this village, and he points on the map, not really knowing the actual position of these villages, but is roughly about.
Where is the Mountain of the Eternal Monsoon?
Way at the front lines. It's nowhere near close.
Is it behind our lines or behind their lines?
Well, actually, hopefully it will be part of our lines soon, as refugees have already started popping up. Propaganda or not, our borders are much safer currently than the exploded volcano and occasional fiendish attacks of hellhounds.
That's fair.
Attacks of hellhounds.
You're not there.
I know.
Okay. I don't remember the
We're
name
planning to strike here, here, and here simultaneously.
Okay, where is this village on the map next to the Eternal Monsoon? I'm looking for that.
Your home village?
Yes.
That's far.
Is it on our side of the line or their side of the line?
Currently on their side of the line, but it will be part of our side of the line. Well, actually, correction. As he looks over and see how far it is, it'll be part of the Kodak Dynasty's line.
So, wait, that worked out?
What did?
We're working with the Kodel dynasty.
They were always working with us. They wanted
Awesome.
a border nation that wasn't just them.
Fair enough. Okay. I want to be out there.
That helps a lot. Going out and fighting.
Mainly
a
because I
war,
have some people that I need to find out there.
And that will help a lot if you're out there. Well, you will be on our side of the line. You have to follow instructions. You can't just run off like you normally can with the normal riff-raff that you have.
Fair enough.
Riff-raff. He resembles that remark.
Who the fuck are you? Get out of my office!
Not actually
I
I'm
work
limping
well
back
with it.
towards the bar. Because I'm fully healthy now, but I'm still...
I work better with the team. I hope that I'll have some people under me.
You will have a team.
Awesome.
You'll be leading as well. You'll be second hand to only to the general. You'll be advisor. You know these land better than most people, at least of recent. We must keep the new younglings in place, warforged or not.
Fair enough. Oh, secondly, I pull out the barrel.
Well, that's not good. What do you do with it?
I shot it.
Well, great for you. Where did you shoot it? What, did you, like, shove it down someone's throat and shoot it, or did you use it to beat someone to death?
No, it actually worked when I did that.
What, beating someone to death?
No, before that.
Oh, well, good. Why do you only have a barrel?
The rest of it blew up.
Why? You're gonna have to get more information!
Hold the trigger and it blew
Governmental
up.
funding can only go so far!
I was underwater.
You're underwater?
Fired it
Did
underwater.
you fire a experimental round in it?
It didn't say it's not shooting underwater.
That it's specifically in the training manual!
What, there's a manual?
It doesn't come with a 3-page write-up on how it works.
There was no manual. He just...
It seems that you need a little bit more brush up on your gunnery.
Yes, I do. And probably something a little less one-shotty.
We'll see what we can do. We can get another replica of what you had prior pretty easily. That anything that has rapid fire weaponry is something that you can't really move. Not without assistance.
If I'm supported, it should be fine. Yeah. You can put one of those things on the Titan, right? Speaking of, how are we making more Titans?
Production of Titan is going smoothly, thanks to your contribution.
I'd like to hear that. Good. Damn, I wish I could fly. I could fly like a Titan. That'd be fun.
I think that's all of us right now.
Next
When
time
are we shipping out?
Sparks, she's got...
We're shipping out.
Are we teleporting or flying?
Well, we are marching in about 20 days. However, there's a lot of preparations beforehand.
Marching in 20 days?
Yes.
As in, we're going to be there marching towards the line in 20 days, or marching to the line?
We
As in,
are,
next 20
actually
days.
are at the line in 20 days.
Okay.
Traveling through the mountains takes some. Wait, as he recalculate, excuse me, we're already there, especially thanks to some various new tunnels that we made. It will be only 5 days.
Awesome. Okay, so I have some ties with a person I'm going to go take care of now that I've done something for them that can get us to said village instantly. So if you need someone to draw
We already have preparations for that.
Oh,
already.
can we?
We have insurgents
No, like me in a group. In the village.
of Nuxfar.
Yes,
Why do you want to go to Nuxfar?
this is my home village. There's some people there I need.
Are they coming willingly?
I would certainly hope so. They're my pseudo family. They're not already dead.
Make a persuasion check.
That's not bad. 14. Considering it's me, not bad.
We have a lot on the plate already, especially since we're going to be digging trenches at the front lines for the inevitable coming of a fiendish armada
Well,
and a hungering beast known as a Torask
then we use something small, something
that is apparently in control of these things.
something small, something nimble.
That apparently you had to do with it.
Not intentionally. There's a lot of things I had to do with that I did not do intentionally. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All I'm asking is to have a small, nimble group go in, infiltrate, find the people that we need, and get out. Or we start with a larger group and cause some noise for a distraction.
And you do realize that there is a small fragment of what used to be an army that is still the Rosian Empire, currently stationed at that location.
Stationed.
Yes. What do you think happened when the main city blew up? They evacuated in all directions.
Which means they're occupied.
Aye.
Would you be able to give me some intel of the area to know if there are any people, if the village is still intact? Or if it's being occupied?
Make another persuasion.
Not 20.
Wow.
Look, Sparks, you're asking a lot already. You've asked a lot now. I understand this. It's important to you, and you've done a lot, and you've even saved my life.
I've already had to kill my father twice.
That sounds like a lot of things to unpack. We'll get to that in a moment.
I do not want to have to kill the rest of my family.
Yeah, purity and zeal is unquestionable. Most of the time. I'll do what I can. But I need help from you.
Name it.
I will. I'll get lost. I got work to do.
As do I. Drip, 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 drip.
You should probably get his rag.
Thank you.
His metallic face that's almost like a skull with no detailing, with almost like a tractor on its eye. His jaw that was moving irregularly unhinges, and he goes over and starts messing with the various pistons that are connected to it. He's old.
There's a reason he's in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the mansion.
Okay.
And yes, that is a lot to unpack. You'll have to go back to the very first few episodes to figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of stabbing in the heart, right in the feet.
While everything is happening, you and going through your research, you drinking until you don't feel pain anymore in various places, including the internal. Sparks returns as you guys collect again. Is there anything you wish to do, or how would you like to progress?
Good news, everyone!
What?
The war is going well.
What?
The war is going well.
Good.
Hooray!
They're marching on map. Marching here towards these villages.
Minor illusion.
My home village, for example, is going to be marched on in 5 days, I believe. So that's where I will need to be.
Don't you have a friend that's about to be executed in 2?
Friend is a very loose term.
So, just a little bit of clarification. They're beginning the march from their locations in 5 days. They'll be at the front lines in about 10.
Okay, so we got about 10 days then. So we
Don't I have a character that's being executed in 2?
We have
someone who is no doubtedly that is a trap. No doubtedly, otherwise we wouldn't have known about it. But you are correct. So if we have a way to get to the capital in some very, very, very short time frame, does anyone have access to the capital in less than 2 days?
It was actually part of the agreement.
That's right. We need to go see the picture maker, because he has a painting for me too. Since we dropped it off the portal.
You're misremembering. He sold that painting to somewhere else. He gave you an etching of what it was, so that you could possibly find it somewhere else.
No, he was remembering a different deal where we put one on the world turtle.
Oh, right.
Give me the picture frame so I can go back to my home.
What you did in the belly of the Temple of Elemental Harmony. Oh. That's right. Because the painting, the thing that you used, it stays there.
Yeah, so we just left a portal to her closet.
Yep.
In the belly of the Temple of Elemental Harmony.
Yep.
So the next person who gets there is going to be like, what's with all this writing? Okay, so I see the dwarven post-structuralism and the undercurrent of elven proto-impressionism, and then explode into her closet.
Every
Yep,
now and
you can do
again,
that.
there's going to be like a kraken or a shark or
Just looks at the painting too long.
coming through.
Sogging.
Just a giant mud crab.
Just looks at the painting a little too long.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good news
I'm
is it's only
so
once every
fine
24
with
hours.
Quill having to clean up a giant crab out of my closet.
I just imagine like I'm coming to ask you a question, and like I knock on the door, and there's a giant crab. Like, those can be tasty.
Oh no! See, I'm thinking that like we've got up at like the crack of dawn. There's a scream, and suddenly there's like the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. There's the tentacles that just come out the door.
Who screamed, me or the kraken?
the tendons
Quinn.
of the house.
So you can just be a cackle of laughter.
I would be like, Hemingway, you got bigger.
Oh, that's an old reference.
Oh,
That's a very old reference.
We need to figure out how to get to the
but
capital.
a reminder:
Yes.
there's several members of the council have infiltrated.
And teleport. We have teleport.
Yeah, and you infiltrated the capital already because they were doing that a long time ago.
Righto, that's our next mission. Capital is.
Doesn't your society have airships or some other thing? Let's just take one of those.
And you do have airships.
Teleportation.
The
It's not
airships
going to be
will
fast
take
enough.
too long.
That will take at least 10 days for us to get there. We had that option before we went to go to the world portal.
Takes too long. We need faster magic.
Teleport. That's the only option we have. Don't know where we're going to land, but we'll be in the capital. We'll have to go from there. Which means we're probably going to ship out tomorrow.
I'm back in the bar. I don't know if this conversation
Yes.
they're taking place in the bar. I'm
It's taking
seriously,
place in the bar.
okay. I'm in the bar with like a sponge, gradually washing the rock candy off of my pixie.
Oh, that reminds me. I pull out the giant slab of rock crystal and throw it on the bar. I got this.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. So you're beginning to do this.
Yeah.
Slowly and surely, as you attempt to bring it out, and you're like, "Oh, I found it!" and you're like trying to pull it out, and you're like, "It's not coming out.
It's stuck in the inside of the bag.
It's stuck."
Luckily, I don't have anything else in here because I don't have hardly any gold, so it's going to come out like 200 gold and just the crystal, and that's it, literally. I have some of my ammunition. Just hang on, open space.
As you turn your bag inside out, there's a solid ball of just sugar crystal that comes out
Because it keeps growing, doesn't it?
that slightly breaks apart. And you see all the various gems, paper, and ammunition that's just kind of frozen inside.
Oh, shit. Start going at it, just picking at it, pulling out the ammo.
I come in where they're at, putting on all my packs and so forth, and go, all right, who was it? Who was it?
Tick, 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 tick.
I kind of cough and subtle spell minor illusion light him up.
Bag of holding. This can take a while.
It wasn't him.
It was not.
Bag of holding.
That's not the point.
Is this stuff still growing?
No, it's not.
Good.
It seems that whatever magical influence that it had has
Bag of holding.
If you're
dwindled away.
removed from the elemental plane of sugar, it doesn't grow like that anymore.
Bag of holding. I'm gonna do this for like a fucking hour.
As you are beginning to defrost your pixie, essentially.
Defrost your pixie.
That's what you call it.
Roll a D2. Kraken means bad.
It's a little.
Whoa!
It was cracking the whole time I was up there and fell off in game one.
As you're pouring away, hoping that whatever magic this is causing it to be petrified, essentially, doesn't mean that it's dead. Because then, well...
If it's dead, we grind it into pixie dust.
Yeah, there you go, and you snore.
First I was afraid, then it was petrified.
Yeah. As you get about to the wings, as you're kind of just rolling around in the liquid, making a syrupy water, probably best on pancakes, honestly, you notice the wings kind of flutter. And we're going to end tonight's game there.
Okay.
Just getting a random pixie.
Yeah. Well, it's going to become my familiar.
It's not a Dixie.
That's fair. It's a pixie, not a Dixie. Therefore, it's okay.
It was actually a fairy.
Oh, a fairy. That's even worse.
But we'll get to that later. So, I hope you enjoyed today's game. Congratulations on not for gaining and not losing your vestige.
That would have sucked, because there's a 32 or something on that grab with the...
He rolled a 30. You rolled a 32.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was invisible, so he had advantage. He has an expertise in a sleight of hand, because he's a rogue.
Sleight of tongue.
Sleight of tongue.
That explains why he only survived 6 seconds.
I rolled I was at disadvantage, and I rolled.
The problem is, he met powerhouses and people that doesn't know how to roll under an 18.
Yeah, that's right.
That and we melted his brain.
Which not many people have defenses
Yeah.
against.
Because what he would have done, he would have it went into his mouth, immediately frog jumped up to the next level, and the chase would have begun there while he was still invisible.
Then I can jump and I can see him.
Because he had greater invisibility cast on him.
Oh, good. That means I can still see him. As long as I'm within 30 feet.
You were the only
Anyway,
one
that was-
that would be able to see him in that kind of condition. But anyway, that
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Master Tracker.
There's also that whole, if I can just do an area of an effect thing, then I don't
Oh, yeah, there
care.
would have been
He's right
all
there.
sorts.
Blast.
Yeah, it would have
I
been.
don't need to be able to see him to mock him.
That's right. They just have to be within earshot.
We can't see you, but we can smell you.
For story purposes, he knew that this was going to be interesting, but he still
Because we all
has,
survived.
he's still a skilled individual.
He's
but,
dead now.
But then he, yeah. Anyway,
Well, we
so,
killed him. I revived
till
him
next
and killed him
time,
again.
stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
I hope to see you next time.
I hope to see you naked. It's like, there's the crowd. Like, we don't get to see them.
Oh.